Hello, everybody. I'm Christian. I'm 20 years old. I live in Pasto City. I am a student at UNAD University, and I enrolled in the bachelor's program in foreign languages with an emphasis on English. Next, I will present the development of my activity. What is the purpose of the course? Extending foreign language, linguistic, social linguistic, and pragmatic competence through the accomplishment of oral production tasks in given sets of real-time interaction to communicate and discuss effectively about complex issues. How many learning outcomes can you find in the syllabus? Learning outcome 1. Demonstrate oral skills to speak fluently and spontaneously about different cultural subjects for social or academic purposes. Learning outcome 2. Discuss about a controversial issue using pro or with arguments to convince a counterpart towards a specific point of view. Learning outcome 3. Interpret a statement speech even when it is not clearly structured and when relationships are only implied and not signed explicitly. Learning outcome 4. Describe complex subjects with clear and detailed information, developing particular points and rounding up with an appropriate conclusion. What are synchronic interaction activities? Synchronous interaction activities refer to learning that a student can have in real time by making an important communication with other people, where participation is applied in the same time. These activities can be developed virtually and face-to-face, and the most commonly used tools are meetings through Skype, video conference, among other educational applications, so that the student can present their opinions, concerns, and the other participants can contribute with their knowledge of the English language to achieve the main objectives as future teachers of foreign languages. How many activities does the course have? The course has 6 activities. Initial moment and task 1, reflection upon English language awareness, and intermediate moment. Task 2, partaking in 7 weekly mandatory encounters. Task 3, debating controversial issues. Task 4, speaking a part of Cambridge C1 Advantage. Task 5, standardized test listening quiz. Final moment. Task 6, delivering in a speech through a web conference system. Which activities in the course imply real-time interaction? Task 2, partaking in 7 weekly mandatory encounters. Task 3, debating controversial issues. Task 4 is speaking part of Cambridge C1 Advantage. Task 6, delivering a speech through a web conference system. Summaries with your own words the course rules and conditions. To show respect to my classmate and tutor, to participate actively in all activities, to be responsible with my homework, to provide the correct use of the tools that the university manages, to have the necessary tools to develop the activities, to be aware of the message that arrive to the institutional mail, and also of the message that arrive in the collaborative forum, to attend the obligatory meetings and web conference of the course, and to demonstrate my skills in English. Is your institutional email working properly? Yes, my institutional mail is working properly and the information reaches me successfully. Step 2. Reflection upon English language awareness. Number 1. Have you got an English language level certification? At the moment, I do not have any English certificate. I consider that my English level is B1, and I'm trying to improve every day to increase my knowledge of the language. Number 2, how did you get the level you have now? The level of English I have now, I got thanks to my effort and discipline. Discipline. Every day I review a little unimportant topics of English, doing exercise in applications, watching videos and movies, listening to music, reading interesting things, and all this relates to the language I want to improve to achieve my goals as a professional. Number 3, why are you studying English as a foreign language? I'm studying English as a foreign language because it is something that I have always liked. English is the main objective in my life. As an example of self-improvement, English is a universal language that gives you many advantages to get ahead and support your family. I showed the bachelor's degree in foreign language because I feel comfortable and I know the, that at the end of my studies, I will have the opportunity to travel to different places, learn new cultures, and most importantly, to contribute with my experience and knowledge to the education development of people. Number 4, how is studying a language and as an adult different from studying it as a child? Indeed, there is a certain difference between the learning of an adult and the learning of a child in the acquisition of a foreign language. A child learns more easily because of his brain capacity. Since at a young age, a child is able to learn many words unconsciously and can store all kinds of information he hears from of the people around him. While an adult uh, finds this more difficult because he must resort to learning methods that are effective in order to acquire knowledge. However, all this depends to on each person and the discipline applied in each situation. Number 5, how long should you study a foreign language? In reality, the time you should dedicate should be constant and in accordance with your daily activities. You can successfully organize your time and dedicate to review the foreign language as much time as you consider necessary. This can vary according to the expectation of the person. For some people, it's it is enough to study a little to be able to learn several things effectively. However, for other people, this may be different. Science, it is not possible to acquire the knowledge of the language so fast, and therefore it is necessary to apply more time to the studies of the language. In my case, I dedicate two, um, 2 to 3 hours a day at the most. Number 6, how can you make language learning a part of your life in the future? Language learning will always be a part of my future. The reason being that through the language I can communicate with many different people and share my knowledge. I will also had the opportunity to teach and educate new generations who want to learn a new language. Besides that, I can continue to take on a new challenge and face to change in society to shape favorite saying that allows people to achieve their goals in what they have always wanted, but for many factors, both social and economic, have not been able to meet their goals. Number 7, how can you organize lifelong language learning? And this depends on how organized you are in the subject you want to learn throughout your life, and how you apply your methodology and approach to study. A study plan would be ideal to order the activities or topics that you want to address each day. Thus, taking into account the progress made in the most successful way to obtain expect results when learning a new language. Thank you, thank you very much, and thank you for your attention. And goodbye.